Okay, and this is the keyboard version. I wouldn't say I like the franchise, but I like to play the games. Yeah. Okay, the Mega Man series. Okay, because I guess the part of it where I really like it the most is when you defeat the boss, you can get their power or ability. So that is what kind of appeals to me about Mega Man. As it is something that you can feel rewarded for after you have defeated the boss. So yeah. Sprites, pause, let's see, where's the pause? Okay. What? Okay, so it's here. Oh. Okay, so if you are talking about the characters in the Mega Man series, then I'm not sure if it's counted as one of the main characters in the series, but definitely Zack or Z, depending on how you want to pronounce his name. Some of my friends call him Zero, but he is definitely my favorite character. Yeah. Okay, maybe it's the design, or maybe it's his blade, which I like. Okay, who's your favorite character in that series? Ouch. Okay, let's change this to point. Apply. Okay. Okay, so now when we start the game, we should see the new pause menu. Or rather, the pause menu with the new font design. Okay, so as usual, Unity is kind of slow when it starts the game for the first time. So we got to have some amount of patience. And of course, this is also partially due to the fact that I'm not on one of the most powerful machines. Oh. Okay, I guess a lot of guys, or a lot of people that I know, like Zero as well. Okay, so let's see, do we need to show the image for the keyboard buttons or keys or the game controller buttons here, maybe on top of it? Yeah, okay. I think it's a good idea to do that. Oh. Yeah, his story is awesome as well. That I definitely have to agree with you. Keyboard. Yeah. Okay, so for the pause menu, we'll show the image like in the options menu. Okay, so over here, let's see. Okay. Show pause scene. Okay, so we need to get this show options in controller. Okay, let me check this method. Okay. Control info controller, control info keyboard. Okay, so we'll be using, or rather reusing these two sort of guides to tell you which key or which button does what, and showing them in the pause menu. Okay, so show. Okay, let me copy this first. Okay, show pause. Oops. Or change to. Okay, pause. Scene. Okay. So if the controller is connected, okay, then we will show the image for the controller. Oh, okay, this is keyboard. Okay. Okay, so game manager, show pause scene over here. Okay, and we call this method. Okay, control info keyboard. Okay, over here, let's copy this. Okay, show pause scene. Okay, pause. Okay, over here. Okay, where it detects that you have a controller connected. Okay. Then it will show the image for the controller. Okay, so that means we need to move our the previous image that you have seen that was right smack in the center. Okay, we have to move it down. So let's move it down. Okay, maybe by 1. Okay, so the next thing that we have to do is to go to our options manager. Okay, so if it's pause, controller. Okay, then over here if no controller is detected, but it's not showing the keyboard information, then we show the keyboard information. So over here, when we show the keyboard information, we need to hide the controller information. So over here, okay, let's hide this. Okay, so this is important because it will sort of show you, okay, that it has detected when you plug in and plug out your game controller. Okay, so next is to hide the keyboard version. Keyboard, hide keyboard info. Okay, hide controller, button mapping info. Okay, key mapping info. Okay, so let's test what we have just changed and added. Okay, before that, okay, there's one more thing that we need to do before that, and that is to go over here in the options manager, and that's whoa, what the, okay. Okay, so we need to comment this line so that it does not always check if your game controller is connected. So this is needed if we release the game. Okay, but right now we are just going to do some testing. Oh. Hey, sure thing, man. Oh, and welcome to the White Sponge live stream, normal gig. Sorry, I just saw what you wrote. So, how's your day? Hey, glad to hear that. Okay, and I hope you will enjoy this live stream as well. Wow. I'm assuming you are from somewhere in the States. since it's around 11 AM here for me. Oh. Oh. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so apparently I do not know my time zones. Yeah, but Norway sounds like a good place to visit. Okay, so this is the keyboard mapping. So we need to move the items here down. Oh, by the way, I'm from Singapore, so yeah. Okay, I definitely can understand that, as in Singapore the weather is so hot currently that sometimes you will just wake up in the middle of the night. Okay, because of the crazily rising temperature, especially when you're lying down. Okay, and especially for guys, because our body temperature is higher as compared to maybe say a female. Okay, let's try this. Okay, so right now we are testing the new changes to the pause screen which you just saw. So we are still moving things around, and we have to make sure that it works and updates itself or changes itself when you plug in or plug out your Xbox One game controller. Okay, so this is the keyboard version. Okay, now let's try the game controller version. Okay, by the way, yeah, Stars do have support for the Xbox One game controller. Because currently that's the only thing that I can test with. So if I can get my hands on, say, maybe a PS3 controller or an Xbox 360 controller, then we can test with that. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so this is the game controller version. Okay, so for the game controller version, we might need to give some more spacing here, because it's good to have some breathing space, even for interface items like this. Okay, so resume game creator. Okay. Yeah, it's not, because It's not because that I do not want to add support for it, but well, you can try playing Stellar Stars with it, but some of the mappings might not be correct because I've not tested it with the Xbox 360 controller yet because I can't get my hands on one yet. Okay, and because it's kind of like out of stock from where I'm from, and Amazon doesn't ship to where I'm at, so that's kind of a bummer for me. Yeah. Okay. Controller control. Getting a second hand is also an option. Oh. Okay, I'm assuming that you have an Xbox 360 controller. So if you can, do try to play Stellar Stars with it. And do let me know if the buttons and mappings are correct or not. Okay. Oh. Okay, so we need to hide the image here. Okay, because I have only tested it with the Xbox One controller. So since I've not tested it with the Xbox 360 controller, I can't say that I have added support for it, because that's not true. But hopefully the mappings and everything should be the same. Okay, so now we're going to test and see what happens when we sort of change the keyboard version. Okay, right now we're going to test what happens when we sort of plug in a game controller and see if the image will change to reflect either the keyboard version or the game controller version. So it should change immediately. Okay, so right now this is, oh wait, let me start the game first. Okay, so right now this is the keyboard version. So when we check this checkbox over here that says if the game controller is connected, so everything here should change to the game controller version. Okay, so okay, if controller connected, okay, so we need to, okay, so it's still not exactly the same as the previous version, which is this, because we have not updated it here. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so over here, okay, we will copy and paste this Okay, so that it does not show in the it does not show right smack in the center of the screen. So when we show the keyboard, we want to show it here. Okay, and here, this is for the controller version. Okay, show keyboard, key mapping info. Okay, show controller button mapping info. Okay, now it should work. Okay, so we'll wait for Unity to process the changes and start the game. Okay, so it might not, or should I say, it might be harder for you to see what's going on here because we did not maximize it. Okay, but we need to test it if we set it as controller connected or not. Okay, so this is the keyboard version. That's my mouse. Okay. So when we check this checkbox, okay, so everything changes to the controller version. Okay, so this is what happens when you plug in and out, and the game detects that you have connected your controller. Okay, so if we unpause it, okay, if we unpause it and pause it, okay, so it's still showing the controller version because it has detected your game controller. Oh, okay, I guess it's because we are playing the music from iTunes and the music from the game itself is overlapping with that. So I have paused the background music for now. Bottom image. Oh, okay. Okay, so for the controller version, ouch. Oh, that's true.